Ant got back in from Kalgoorlie last night. He went down there over the last couple of days, do a bit of last minute shopping, just to make sure that he's settled and comfortable. Let's check in with him and see how he's going. Knock, knock.
Come in. G'day, Jack. How are you?
Not too bad. So that you're still cleaning.
Yeah. No, I just went down to Cal and, as you know, picked up some supplies. Working my way through the main room here, and yeah, making good progress, mate. So yeah.
Nice. Well, for a bit of context, let's have a look at your map here, and you can show everyone kind of your journey so far.
Sure. Okay, so there's some writing on this because I had a party before I left Perth and had a bit of a farewell, so I had this map there because everyone was asking where's Prenty Downs, and I didn't really know either, so it was helpful. So this is obviously a map of Western Australia, this is Perth, and I've highlighted in yellow, my son has anyhow, down here. This is Fremantle, so that's my home, family home, down there in Freo. They call it Freo. And so I've travelled one day from Perth all the way due east to Kalgoorlie Boulder here, and overnight there. And then drove north all the way up through Leonora to Laverton, and then from Laverton you drive. This is when you sort of get off the beaten track, so the bitumen road finishes somewhere along here, or actually about here, and then it's gravel, which is a turn off to Prenty Downs station, and here's pretty much your driveway, which is about 185 kilometres long of all dirt. And so this is where we are, and it's pretty much smack bang in the middle of Western Australia. And I think what's really interesting is, you know, we are surrounded by desert. So here's a little sandy desert, and then you've got the Gibson Desert, and then you've got the Great Victoria Desert.
So it's good that you've touched on the Great Victoria Desert, because on your trip out here, you've been on 2 great highways. Yeah, so the Great Eastern Highway?
Yeah, Great Eastern Highway.
How good was it?
Yeah, it was very good.
Was it great?
Yeah, it was great, yeah.
So then you went on the Great Central?
Yeah, that was not so great.
Well, you'll be glad to know that that's in progress, and she's on her way to being sealed.
Is it? Yeah, well that would be good, because the Great Central was a road less travelled, I would say. Whereas, yeah, I guess the Great Eastern Highway is the way that people go across the Nullarbor from Perth to the eastern states.
Do you want to point out the Nullarbor?
Yeah, sure. So the Nullarbor Plain is over here. And so people in Perth, or people from over east, it's interesting that people in Perth refer to everything like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. We all call it over east because it's so far away from Perth. In fact, you know people from Perth, because it's such an isolated capital, that when they talk in points of the compass. So if you ask anyone from Perth, where are you going? They say, I'm either going up north, I'm going down south, I'm going over east, or I'm going overseas. Okay.
You're making the place presentable?
Yeah, no, I've like the kitchen's always, it's the wet areas of a house that always take the most work to get them up to scratch, but you probably spend the most time in the kitchen, right? So the kitchen. So yeah, I bought a few supplies up from you know, my place in East Fremantle. I'm very particular about my coffee, so I bought up my the coffee machine from there, and this one's it's a beauty. It's a grinder. Here's the thing. So I bought up my own beans. I bought about 4 bags of So at the end of my street in East Fremantle, there's a coffee shop called Nine Seeds, and I reckon it's the best coffee in East Freo. So I'm sure other people on the chat will have different opinions, but I love it. So I bought 4 bags of them up here, and I make myself a coffee when the home comforts each time I come.
So you've travelled a fair bit around the world.
Yeah.
This coffee, you know, it's a little bit of a taste of home.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing, when you do a lot of travel, there's certain things you miss about home, and coffee down in Freo is pretty good. I love my coffee. I love walking from my house down the coffee shop, have a coffee, yeah, go to the beach.
A long way from the beach here.
Quite a ways.
Right, well, let's keep on with the tour. Let's see what else you've done around the place.
I'll put up a few maps. A map of Australia, because I plan to travel. I've actually marked on here where Prenty Downs is as well. I have a Prenty in my map of the world, because I'll probably, in between work here, I'll do a bit of travel overseas. And in factual fact, for Christmas, I'm taking my 2 boys up to our good friends in Norway. So that'll be quite a change, a Christmas in Norway to a cattle station in the middle of Western Australia.
Brilliant. Let's pop outside.
Okay. Right, come through. So look, the inside's, yeah, I started on the inside first, and I'll eventually, I'll get to the outside. But you get a beautiful breeze here in the evening, and just sit outside and have a beer at the end of the day. It's hard to beat. Right?
And you remembered to get some beer in Kalgoorlie?
I did. I have to say there's been quite a bit of feedback, very constructive feedback, on my lack of my rookie error. So yes, I've made myself just a little seating area here. This is your jacket and hat, and I've got all my work gloves in here, got all my mozzie repellent and so forth there, and various other things.
So you'll be able to give us a review on what insect repellents do and don't work?
Yeah, I've got some thoughts on which ones do work, because they love me, mozzies. So I
eat your Vegemite every day?
I do, and I take vitamin B tablets, but it doesn't seem to work. In fact, many moons ago I spent a bit of time in Cambodia, and I got bitten by an Aedes mosquito, which comes out in the afternoon, and I got dengue fever from it. So anyhow, that's another story.
And I noticed you've got a bit of an outdoor kitchen theme happening.
Yeah, I look at. Back at home in East Fremantle there, I do a lot of barbecuing. I've got a porch out the back. It's got a barbie, a fridge, a sink, and so forth. And so, I do a lot of cooking on the barbie, steaks, fish, so on and so forth. And I think the main reason, especially up here, is because it keeps the heat out of the inside of the house. So I plan to, hope to do the same here.
So I noticed you've got your barbie.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like your sink needs a little bit of work.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. It would be good.
All right, well, how about we sort you out a little bit of a better sink?
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
We'll just pop to Kmart.
Oh, mate, I don't think we need to go all the way back to Kalgoorlie that's a long way.
No, that's right. We've got Kmart just over the road. Let's go for a drive.
Okay. Apparently, Jack, we've got to shut this because you're more local cattle, like my yard.
Now, Ant, you want to show us why you've got to make sure you shut that gate? Let's go for a little walk over there.
Well,
Want to go say hello?
No. Okay, what do you do now?
Well, Bunty gets a little unhappy if you don't have hay for him.
Right.
Bunty's a yellow tagger,
Okay.
and this other yellow tag, that's Susan.
Okay. Well, it's very nice to meet you, Bunty and Susan. Okay.
Right, let's prove to everyone that you can drive a car.
Right, let's go. Jack.
Those corporate hands working well for you?
Yes, I forgot my gloves.
So it's not a long drive over to Kmart.
Okay, am I going left here?
Right then left.
Right then left. I'm assuming I don't have to indicate.
You could try the indicators.
Okay.
They do work. Okay, so it's been a long drive to get here to Kmart. I think the Odo's at 800 metres. Turn right here.
Okay. Why is it called Kmart?
Because you can find anything here. And the quality isn't always the best.
Okay. Right. You get what you pay for, Jack.
Yes. And you pay nothing to get anything from here.
Okay. Wow.
So we're just popping over to Kmart to pick Ant up a sink for his outdoor kitchen. The theory with a lot of the stuff that came up to this station was instead of putting everything into a big pit, you could have it spread out so you can actually find things of use. You do a lot of recycling and repurposing up here. Really tests out your ingenuity. And today we're going to be able to have a little bit of a look and assess Ant's readiness for the world that he's getting into. Yep, so we're just heading over here to the white goods section. I don't think we want to get a fridge or freezer from here, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to find you a sink. So let's pop out here and have a little bit of a look around.
Okay.
So you got a lot of options here, Ant.
For what? Just one that holds water would be a good start. I'm not fussy, Jack. I'll take what's on offer.
All right, let's have a look.
All right. Okay, that is quite a sink. Right. Well, that's probably a bit of overkill, Jack. I don't expect I'll be barbecuing for several hundred people. Have you got anything smaller than that?
You'll see what we've got.
Okay.
You're on.
Yep. Yes. A lot of stuff here. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's more like it, Jack. Oh, mate, you got that's a pizza tray.
Perfect for an outdoor kitchen.
It's perfect for
Again, you never know what you're going to find.
You do not. I just need a pizza stone. You don't have one of those lying around here.
No, that's over in my kitchen.
Oh, okay. Mate, I reckon that's a pretty good sink, Jack. It's got lots of space either side so I can cut my meat on it. It's nice and simple. I won't get confused with the... I don't think I'll be doing too much rinsing. That's perfect, mate. That's absolutely perfect.
Right, let's see what we can put together.
It's all, I always go to open it. Right. That door opens from the outside. It doesn't work on the inside. And that door works on the inside but doesn't work on the outside.
think that it was made for it.
Is it?
No. So do you think we're going to need to do any extra work to this?
Well, Jack, I'm not much of a plumber, so I have no idea, mate. I reckon, how do we weld this to, when I say we, I mean you, do you weld this to that, or do you, what do we need to do?
We could go pretty agricultural and just tech screw it there.
Yeah, I like that.
You go flush with a Phillips head driver.
Yeah, I like that. How am I going? How am I going? Where's the button?
Wind him back out. So, and now what we need is this hole to be bigger because it's riding up the screw.
Yeah. So,
And we need to get the hole through the steel at the back.
yeah.
So you need the speed to be actioning on the
On the
steel
square.
behind it.
So-
No, bring it square, yep. And you don't want this riding up. Forwards.
Right.
See how it's riding up on us? Yep. So what we can do is we can wind them out. We've got it marked.
Yeah.
Take your screw out, lift it up, and we'll put our hole in there. There you go, see, less pressure. Just keep driving it in.
I got a bit impatient. I reckon that's pretty good, Jack.
That's down nice and tight. That's not going to pop up on us. Let's get it over to the new kitchen.
Jack, it's even the same height. I tell you, that's one of the better Kmarts I've been to. That is the nicest chook door I've ever seen. Did you get this from Kmart?
I can't remember where we pulled it off, but yeah, we've repurposed it.
I bet you did. That is the nicest. That's better than my door at home. All right, Chooks, I'm coming in. Stay. Right, so excuse me, ladies, excuse me. Now, what do? Do I just toss
It just goes on the floor,
just in a...
unceremonious manner.
Right, I hope I've got... Right, here you go.
This is their water trough, which is foul. This is foul. I don't know why they insist on digging right next to their water trough. I clean this out almost every second day.
Right.
It's just a standard, you're going to get sprayed, just a standard float.
When you say standard float, what do you mean? Oh, okay, so you've got a float now.
It's a float valve in here, yep, that's a float in there.
Okay, and so it's supposed to just...
Yeah, and so obviously they'd lodged a rock in their digging in the float, so that'll hit that and fill that up. It'll stop when it gets full, yep. This is seconds grain from the farm. So this is the grain that is not suitable for re-sowing or for sending to CBH because it's just not suitable, it's not up to the right quality. We'll top it up before we go. I'll get Jack to bring it in tomorrow.
Thanks for the beer.
That's all right. Thought I'd come back with Kalgoorlie with something. It's okay to make a mistake, you just don't want to make a habit of it.
Cheers. Right, so we've sort of gotten you home and settled.
Yep,
So you've got your outdoor kitchen well underway.
I have.
It's the first of many arts and crafts projects.
You know, it's hard to... The transition to retirement, I think, is difficult for a lot of people, most people, I would say. And it's such an individual journey. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. You just got to find your own way. So I've decided that coming to the Outback and working with you guys on a cattle station is a good way to keep myself occupied and you know, just have a look at another side to life, and that's going to form part of my transition to retirement. How much of it will depend on you, Jack.